Tuesday, November 28th, 2023. I think it'd be a good time to get this down for posterity. Um, for a while now, I've been trying to understand my sensory input as a hypersensitive person, as well as someone that has synesthesia. I've been breaking down what my senses can tell me, what they can't. I've been having a lot of revelations and whatnot lately. This was supposed to be a day of rest. I effectively realized that all the sensory input I was doing, for the most part, has been my head and torso. I have neglected my arms, legs, and extremities. The nerve endings are all still there, just we never get a chance to use them because we didn't know they were there. Well, today at dialysis, I started pushing a little bit to try to see if I can awaken the senses. I effectively took a peek at what we can do, and it was weird. Basically, imagine trying to use senses that have always been a part of you, using muscles you didn't know you had, but finally, for the first time, actually getting to use them for a twinge. I did that. Suddenly, my senses expanded. It's as if I had blinders on my peripheral vision. When I tried to expand them into my arms and legs, I got a peek. I got a peek of sensory input we didn't know we could do. I could actually interpret visual and other sensory input out of my parts of my arms and legs. I'm going to have to physically rehab this, but basically, it's like my center of balance was off. I could actually feel not only my center of balance every time I move my arms, but I could actually visually see out of my limbs. It's like for a moment I became the ten-eyed man from the Batman comic books, or Batman the Brave and the Bold cartoon, if you're more familiar. It's a weird feeling. Literally, it feels like you got eyes on the sides of your head you didn't even know you had. Now, I'm going to have to do some actual physical work and rehab to do this, to figure out how to flex it up, well, how to make it work, but I did it. I opened my sensory input and a whole new array of senses that I didn't know I could do. I believe all of us can. I really believe this. I believe all of us can. But now, look, it was disorienting as hell. It felt like I was seeing through extensions out of my head, or out of my parts of my arms and legs. As soon as I came home, I took a nap so that I could rest and reorient myself. Now I know the nerve endings are there. The nerve endings are still viable. Now I'm going to have to start learning and relearning how to tap into them, how to consciously activate them, but it's going to take time. But yeah, I wanted to see, what does this button do? I found out what the button does, and it's weird. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense right now, but I hope to expand on it later on in videos and writing. I just got to process this stuff first. Currently, it's just kind of down. My brain has to get used to this before I can start to really tap it. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get some rest, and then I'm going to see just how far this can go. Peace.